Hi and welcome to On Rocky Ground. This video is going to concentrate on the article in the Sound Telegraph with comments from Councillor Deb Hamblin. The article stated that it seems a toxic onslaught of social media comments has divided Rockingham City Council. So just a point here, ironically, she's stating that it's dividing council. There's only one person that can actually speak on behalf of council, and that's the mayor, and on certain occasions, the CEO. So she may be in breach of a very policy that she actually voted in. Irony, eh? Hamblin was quoted as saying that targeted posts were being used to divide and discredit council. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but posts on social media don't divide council. Comments on posts may divide public opinion. That's fair and reasonable, but it wouldn't divide council. So, again, I think maybe Deb Hamblin might be missing a point here. What does divide council is councillors putting in complaints against each other, like Hayley Edwards did. So Hayley Edwards, the situation had nothing to do with her, and she put a formal complaint into the standards panel about another councillor. And that was, according to other posts on social media, that was formally backed up in writing by Deb Hamblin. Hamblin goes on to say that there are threats. Well, okay, if there are threats, that's a matter for the police. Okay, if anybody is being threatened on social media, that is a matter for the police, not to go to the local newspaper and moan about it. I don't get the article at all. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason behind it, purely and simply because there are other councillors that are doing what's perceived to be a cracking job by the public. They don't get anything. They don't get any abuse, if that's what Hamblin is saying, that they're getting abuse, and she is actually saying that council are getting abuse. Now, by saying council, that means every elected member. So she's speaking for council. She's saying that council is being divided and council are subject to abuse. I don't think that's accurate at all. I know from personal experience there are factions in council, and that is my experience. Matt and I were subject to a lot of standards panel complaints, and I had to do a course for one of them. It was just publishing something on social media, and Matt got away with pretty much all of them, I think. They were just ridiculous. So it does create division, absolutely it does, when it's within. But to suggest that the public, the ratepayer, are putting their opinion forward, and that opinion or their opinions are dividing council is, like I said earlier, absolutely far-fetched for me. So there are some cracking councillors. Ray Cottam is one, Lorna Buchan is another, and Craig Buchanan is another. We need to keep these people. They, in my opinion, should form the basis of the next gen of council. We have to look at Samuels. His role is as a leader of council. Now, if we go back to the complaint that Edwards put in against Councillor Ray Cottam, now, it was nothing to do with Edwards, absolutely nothing to do with her, but she chose to put this formal complaint in, and Hamblin chose to back her up. So that's going to create division. There's no two ways about that. Now, the issue that I have with that whole scenario is not the fact that a complaint shouldn't have gone in, and that's been acknowledged by Councillor Ray Cottam. She's apologised at least 3 times publicly. She's remorseful and she's done the right thing. But what bothers me is that whilst it shouldn't go unnoticed, it should have been dealt with by the leader of council, not by another councillor. It should have been done by Samuels. He should have been the one that put the complaint forward, or indeed dealt with it even before it went to the standards panel, but he didn't. If he'd have put the complaint in, he's seen as a leader of council, and it's perfectly accepted. If standards have been broken, then it should be the mayor that deals with it. And now it seems that frustrations are beginning to show because people are, ratepayers are beginning to see what's going on, and they are now being critical of decisions being made. And now that the meetings are being recorded, you can hear what they're actually saying about it. And some of the comments by some of these councillors is remarkable. So yes, you are going to be under more scrutiny. So think what you say before you go public. Quite simple, really. Matt and I fought for it. We wanted it to be live. I wanted it to be recorded, video, live. Why not? Got nothing to. There's nothing to hide. You're there to represent your community. Do it. And if the public perceive that your performance isn't good enough, then you've got to accept what's coming to you. I don't condone threats or anything like that. However, if you get negative social media coverage, it may well be for a good reason. So, don't whinge in a paper. I've said before, and I'll continue to say it now, that we have got some good councillors. There's three or four good councillors. Certainly Ray Cottam, certainly Craig Buchanan, and certainly Lorna Buchan. They always dig deep into the officers' reports. They question the officers' reports, and rightly so. They are there to be questioned. That is what your role is. Not there just to accept that the officer's report is absolute and it's the only source of information. No, it's very rare that I hear only Craig Buchanan of late with the business plan. He wanted rates at CPI, which should put pressure on the CEO to reduce operational costs, but without a reduction in service. So, and it can be done. It can be done. So, there's an election coming up. We need people to vote. I know I'm harping on a bit, but I will continue to do it through these videos. And the reason why I do it is because all it takes is everybody, to put their mark on a piece of paper and stick it in a post. And eventually we will get a change in council. We will get, hopefully, people that are prepared to challenge the CEO, and we can then start to steer the direction of City of Rockingham. I do these videos because I genuinely love Rockingham. My children are brought up here. I want the best for them. There's no way on this planet anybody could ever prove to me that the City of Rockingham is being run efficiently and there can be no savings to be made. I don't believe that for 1 minute, and I'll put my professional career on the line for that. I know savings can be made, but the CEO needs to be challenged and some robust KPIs set. Until that happens, until we've got a council that's prepared to do that, then we're going nowhere. So please vote. That's all I ask. It's got to be the 20s, the 30s and 40-year-olds that have got to vote. When you do, if we do, we will get a good change. Thanks for listening. Take care.